Welcome to Lesson 79, Relations and Functions, Part 1. So now, this is the formal starting point for functions. So we start with relations and functions, and then we're going to study lines and graphs and all kinds of shapes. So this is going to bleed a little bit with geometry. And once we get to a certain lesson, I'm going to tell you to skip over the geometry and look at the first couple of lessons dealing with how to navigate the coordinate plane. So let's get into it. Here's our objective, our vocabulary, our function. All right, so this chart is here for you to look. Please pause and read over these items. Okay, so let's look at our first example. The table shows the population of bald eagles from 96 in 2-year increments. What is the domain and range of the relationship? So, in a traditional algebra class, the domain is X and the range is Y. So, usually you're talking about domain as the independent. And there are all kinds of names. Your input. There's a couple other names. Your range is your dependent and your output. So on the table of values, the X or the independent will always be on the left and the Y will always be on the right. So the domain is years, and that's your domain. And then your range is number of something of eagle pairs, and that is your range. So these three terms are interchangeable. In traditional algebra class, the teacher will say independent or input. Usually it'll be input. Independent and dependent is mostly for science class, but science and math mix over a lot, and the better you are at math, the better you will understand science. So please understand that there are many more words, and as we come across them, we will define them at those times. But these three words are interchangeable. Domain, independent, input are all X. Range, dependent, output are all Y. So there are many more words that we can put on the list that go under the X and Y. And so what do we mean by X and Y? If you have graphs, and we looked at some graphs, the Y is the vertical, the X is the horizontal, and from the origin, from the point 0, 0, all things relate to that point on the coordinate plane where Y and X meet. And we will see that when we move into graphs. Okay, determine if the relation is a function. So, all right, on a horizontal graph, the last table we looked at, not a graph, I'm sorry, this is a table. On the last table we looked at was vertical. So and the X is on the left and the Y is on the right. When you have a horizontal graph, your X is on top, your domain, your independent, your input, and your Y, your range, your dependent, your output is on the bottom. So we know that a relation, a function has to have a one-to-one relationship. So each domain can only go to one number in the range. And we see that as we go up 1 here, we're going up 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3. So this is a function. And we're not going to get into what type of function it is, but each number in the domain only goes to one range. So that makes it a function. Okay, determine if the relation is a function. And what do we have here? So the number 30 occurs at Wednesday and Friday. So we have one number in the domain going to two different numbers in the range, one number in X going to two different numbers in the Y. This is not a function. Even though it's a true, this could occur. It is not a function. And we'll explain this a little bit more when we get to graphing better. But when we're dealing with tables of values or points, one number on your X or your domain cannot go to two different ranges. Can't happen. So it's not a function. Okay, so let's look at our fourth examples. So your X is up top, your Y is down bottom. This is also called your domain. And we're talking about relations and functions. We're going to use the word range and domain. If we're just talking about regular graphs and all of that, we're going to use the words independent and dependent or input output. So 1 goes with 55, 2 goes with 110, 3 goes with 165. So it looks like for every 1, we're going up by 55. So because there are no numbers that are the same on the range, this is a function. True. This is a function. Now, they want us to write a function rule for the relation. So now, what you have to do to write the function rule is get the change. For every 1 in X, you change 55 in Y. So your change is 55 over 1. Your change in Y divided by your change in X is 55 over 1. So now, to write a function rule, you use the term f of x, which is your y, is the same as your y, equals 55, your rate of change, 55 in y divided by how many change in x, 55, and that multiplies to x. So when you have a function, you use any letter here, doesn't matter, but it must be of the variable that you're using. And that's what makes a function different than in a regular equation, y equals 55x. So most algebra teachers will start here. You'll start here, and then later on, you'll move down the line. I'm starting with relations and functions because I want to do that first, and then when we move to graphing and all of that, I'll move to y and x. But they're interchangeable. F of x is the same as y. So if you're learning this in class, it's the same thing. You will learn the this way first before you start talking about relations and functions and domains. I probably wish that classes would start here, but that's just me. Because we can talk strictly about numbers and how they look and how they work before we start worrying about a graph. So those were our 4 examples. I will see you at the end of the video for a recap after you try the practice problems. Okay, so let's look at our first problem here. Identify the domain and range of the relation. Is this relation a function? So whenever you see a parenthesis, two numbers inside of a parenthesis separated by a comma, you have what is called a point. And your domain is always on the left and your range is always on the right, indicated by X and Y. So X, Y, X, Y, X, Y, X, Y. So let's write our domain down. So we have 15, 20, and 25. And in our range, we have 6, 7, and 8. And so this is how this works. 15 goes to 6, and 15 goes to 7. One number in the domain cannot go to two different numbers in the range. 20 goes to 8. That's good. 25 goes to 6. And then 25 goes to 8. 25 and 15 do not make this a function. This relation is not a function. Because 15 and 25 go to two different numbers, that makes it not a function. Now, a range can have all of the numbers included. That would work, but one domain cannot go to more than one range. One number on the left cannot go to more than one number on the right. Okay, let's look at problem 2. In problem 2, again, is this a function? So we're going to write all of the domains down in red. And let me change the color of the Y to black. And we're going to write the domain in red. So our domain is 3, 6, 8, 9, 10. Their domain is X. The range is Y, which is 3 and 5. Okay, so let's see what we get. 3, 3 is this point here. 6, 3 is that point there. 8, 5, 9, 5, and then 10, 5. Okay, each number in the domain only goes to one number. Even though 8, 9, and 10 wound up at the same number and 3 and 6 wound up at the same number, this is a function. Each number in red only has one line coming off of it, so this works. And finally, write a function for the relation. So you have to find the change in X, and the changes, the little triangle. The little triangle is a Greek letter called delta, and that is very important because we're looking for the change. So the change on X, indicated in blue, is 1, 1, 1, and 1. The change on Y, indicated in red, is 31 minus 1550 is 1550. So this looks like it's 1550. So our change in Y divided by our change in X is 1550 over 1. So now let's write a function rule. F of X, a function of the variable X, equals the rate of change, which is 1550, because any number divided by 1 is the same number, times X. So when you write a function rule, in a function rule, the variable must be with the function. And that's how you write a function rule. So this ends our first lesson on dealing with relations and functions. And there's going to be a lot more lessons dealing with functions, relations, and graphing things. So please watch all of this series. And thank you for watching this one. If you like what you saw, subscribe to this channel, and I will see you on the next video.